Welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And today, I think we want to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers free agent losses and gains. Just kind of go over the guys that the Steelers lost and the guys that they bought in, and just kind of see where the team is at as of really today. Um, me, not me personally, not really totally that impressed of what the Steelers has done so far. But also, I kind of see, what the Steelers' plan is as far as a lot of draft picks. It can maybe make some moves, in next year's draft. That's what I think. But we have to see. Hold on for a second. Yeah, so that's kind of what I think. I think the Steelers is really looking for some picks for next year. So with that said, we can let's get right to it because I'm not gonna be on here too long. Still dealing with this cold and cough and all this crap. Still kind of got me down a little bit, but we're gonna fight through it here. Let's see what we want to go to. All right here. So let's go with the guys that the Steelers has bought in. So you bought in Darius Slay, a 1 year guaranteed contract. I thought, me personally, I thought that a guy like Reed from the Jets, um, would be or either Murphy, but I mean, I guess he ended up going back to the Vikings, but I just thought they would bring in a younger guy and a guy that they would probably, have for more than 1 year. Malik Harrison, not a bad pickup. Got him for 2 years. He's a guy that I guess he's gonna have to feel the um he's still kind of a developing guy. That play for the Baltimore Ravens, so he's kind of used to playing next to Patrick Queen. So I just think I don't know if he plays special teams or not, but I see him as a fill-in. I don't think he'll be a starter for the Steelers. Obviously, Mason Rudolph, which I'm kind of I'm cool with that. I'm cool bringing Mason back. I feel like it's a possibility. I mean, who knows with this Rodgers stuff, and I'm not even gonna really even get into that at this point because that's just gonna be until he signs. It's really not even worth talking. Getting yourself all frustrated. So, but if Rodgers doesn't come and Mason has to step in and be that starter, that happening, and I can see that maybe even working out for the Steelers. One Thornhill, 1 year deal. Not really impressed about that. And it's just the fact that he's been with the Browns and I know the last 2 years he's been basically hurt. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. Um we'll see how that goes, but not really too impressed about that move. Brent cornerback Brandon Eccles. Pretty solid pick there. He signed him for 2 years. He's gonna be a guy that probably is gonna play that slot corner. Um, tough guy. So that's not a bad pickup there. So that actually well. I guess he'll be taking Patterson's spot. I guess he'll return kicks also. You just signed him for 1 year. So again, he's probably a guy that I mean, I guess he probably will make the team, but if somebody comes in camp and really shines and outshines him, I could see him not even making the team. Um, and tied in Donald Parham. He's just a guy that maybe the Steelers can work in because Arthur Smith likes his tight ends. Me personally, I see the Steelers maybe drafting a guy in the later rounds. So I don't really think his roster spot is really guaranteed. But like I said, he is a good receiving tight end, and I think he's like about 6'7", so he's a big guy. All right, I probably butcher these guys' names. They brought in two defensive tackles. The first one, um, D tackle Daniel E. I don't know Daniel Emu, Daniel Emu, and I think he is from New England. The only thing I can say about these guys, I mean, I think his deal was a 1 year deal. And the only thing I can say about these guys is, hey, you got to bring 90 guys to camp. So to say that they are locked to make the team, I don't really think they are. And then, like I say, then just depending on what Steelers do in the draft, that could really affect those guys a lot. So they just they depth guys right now, or they a guy that maybe at the end of camp somebody gets some injuries, and maybe you could trade these guys for a 6-7 round pick. So not really looking for much from these two signings. The second guy, I think he came from Jacksonville. Um, T, I guess you pronounce that T Mon. Uh, um, Again, another guy that I really don't see. Um, the Steelers doing much with him. Like I say, he'll be a guy that if the Steelers, could trade him and use him to get a 6-7 round pick. Right now, those guys are depth guys. As far as the guys that the Steelers bought back, they re-signed. Well, we already knew Jalen Warren. They put a second round tender on him, so he'll definitely be back. I don't see nobody trying to match that contract. So he'll be back, and depending on what I know the Steelers are going to draft a running back. So I guess you could say for now he's probably going to be the starter, but I'm quite sure the running back that they draft, they probably really want him to be the starter and keep Warren in his role that he's kind of been playing. Um, Ryan McCollum, center, good signing, good solid signing. Um, Played pretty well when Frazier was hurt, so no problems there. Um, Receivers, um, I like Big Ben. I call him Ben, but anyway, I like him just for the fact of that's really a special teams move there. He's a he's a gunner, so that's going to be a great signing. Stefanovic, um, and I actually he played. When they put him in at receiver, he made a couple of plays. Special teams deal. Scotty Miller. I think it's just a guy they bring into camp. See what he got. And then Isaiah Laudermilk, again, a guy that I think they probably bring in the camp just to see, you know, I mean, they pretty much know what he can do. And he could be a guy that, again, if a team, maybe has some injuries or something, he could be a guy that they could maybe make a deal for and trade for a 6 or 7 round pick. But I don't really look at it those guys as having roster spots locked up. So this list is pretty significant. I mean, because basically all these guys were starters except for Fields, and I mean Fields started off as your starting quarterback, but you lost Justin Fields to the Jets. You lost Dan Moore, your starting left tackle, which people hate. Um, and they probably was happy to see him go, but you lost him to the Titans. James Daniels, you starting quarterback. You lost him to Miami, I think. Najee Harris, you're starting running back. Lost him to the Chargers, in which I think that's going to be that's going to be tricky with Najee. We'll see how that works out because if the Steelers don't replace him the right way, that could kind of be a disaster. And not the fact that Najee was just that good. I'm not really saying that because really Najee doesn't fit the offense. The Steelers want to run with the zone reading and everything, but I still think um, availability is the best ability. And Najee was there every week. So you can't be getting these running backs and these guys are missing every other week or out for 2 weeks. That's going to be huge. And right now, Jalen Warren has shown that he gets nicked up a lot. So we'll see how the rookie performs. Larry O, I think they released Larry O. I think he signed with Buffalo, but then to come to find out, Larry O has a 6 game suspension he's looking at. So we'll see how that work out for him. Your starting corner, Darnell Dante Jackson. I think he went to the Chargers. So that's another guy, and I mean Jackson had about 5, 6 interceptions this year. I think 5, but he had a solid year for you. And then Mike Williams. I think Mike Williams went back to the Chargers also. So that's another loss there. Um, so I mean, I don't know what that situation was because Williams. It seemed like when he played and they threw him the ball, he made plays, but then it seemed like they kind of stopped throwing the ball to him. So I don't know what that situation was. I know he had made a comment that last year was his worst in his career. So I don't know if that was a more of a jab at the Steelers or a jab at the Jets. Who knows? But I wish him the best. Um, Landon Roberts. I can't remember who he went, where he went to. I don't know if he either went to Miami or the Raiders. I'm really not sure. I can't remember, but um, we'll see how that go. I just think the Steelers maybe lose the presence, his locker room presence. And he was a solid player for him. He was a run stopper. So, we'll see how that go. Van Jefferson, I forget who he signed with. Um, really didn't. I mean, Van, you know, he did what he is. So that really wasn't a problem. Nate Herbert, you lost him. That was your swing, your center guards. So that was a big loss there. But he could be replaced. Kyle Allen, um, I think he did sign with someone else too. But I don't really think if the Steelers quarterback room end up going away. Look like it's gonna go with Rodgers and probably a draft pick and Rudolph. So that's not gonna really it was no room here for him anyway. And then the trades, DK Metcalf, um, that's the big trade the Steelers made. So you got a top receiver, so you bring him in, and hopefully him and Pickens can mesh and once the quarterback situation gets settled, just see how that goes. But Steelers actually stepped out of their pocket and spent some money for a change. So that that was a good pickup. Yeah, that was a good pickup. So in all, I just think right now I thought the Steelers would do more. To be honest, I really thought they would do more, but again, like I say, I kind of see what they're trying to do as far as with the picks, and maybe going to try to use those picks next year to move up and maybe in the top 10 or whatever to get a quarterback. Maybe that's what their idea is. So we'll see. I think that's pretty much it for right now, and that's all I have for now. So enjoy your rest of your Sunday, and we will talk